Alright guys, welcome back to part 2 of Shark's Q&A, the 50 subscriber special. We're going to get right back into it. The next question I have on the list here is, how many games do you own? Honestly, I have no idea. I've never counted. Quick little backstory, I used to have a lot more games, but as you heard from a couple of questions ago, I lost my job recently, and most of my games were in a storage bin, a public storage bin. And when you have no income, you have no way of paying the bill, which then makes them take your stuff and sell it. And of course, that included my Super Nintendo system and all the games, my Genesis system and all the games, my N64 and all the games, my original Game Boy and all those games, most of my Dreamcast games, and I think that was it. I think I've got everything else here. But so yeah, I really don't keep a count because it kind of depresses me a little bit when I think about all the games I used to have and I don't anymore. So, but yeah, my answer to the question is I really don't have a true count of how many games I own. Next question up is, do you like Poker Stars or Full Tilt Poker better? I definitely am a fan of Poker Stars as far as if I had to pick one. If I had to pick one, it's Poker Stars. Full Tilt is a little too cartoony, a little too kid-like for me. If I'm going to gamble, I want to have like an adult site to actually use. And Poker Stars seem like the best of the worst because I really don't like online poker that much. So, but Poker Stars is definitely my answer for that. Alright, the next question up is, you live in New Jersey, so I'm guessing you frequent Atlantic City pretty often, am I right? You don't know how right you are. As you heard in a couple of questions prior, I used to work down there, and that was about 3 years worth of working down there. And even before I worked down there, I used to go down at least once a month to play poker. So yeah, I used to go down obviously at least 5 days a week, if not 6 days a week, sometimes 7 days a week. If you guys look back in my videos, in my history of my videos, there was a video that I took driving down to Atlantic City in my car, actually. And again, my screen name on YouTube being ACCardShark, the AC standing for Atlantic City. So, yes, the answer to that question is yes, I go quite often. Not recently, obviously, but for the last couple of years I did. Let's see, next question is, are you married? I am not. I am currently single. Again, another little backstory. I was engaged for a little while, and for about a year or so, and just didn't work out, and I'm kind of in the middle of all that right now, so that's, I'm not going to go too far into that, but currently I am single, not married, I'm just living on my own here by myself, and just trying to stay sane here, so that's the answer to that question there. Alright, the next question up is, what is your favorite food and or drink? The three things that come to mind that I could pretty much eat at any time and be happy is, or I should say, are pizza, sushi, and ramen. And I know those are like really like three broad spectrum things, but those are three things that, like, if you handed me like a plate of sushi, or you hand me a piece of pizza or a bowl of ramen noodles, I'll be able to eat those any time of day. I could eat those 7 days a week and never get tired of them. As far as my favorite drink, I'm a big fan of like juices. I'm not really a big soda fan. Certain sodas I really like Mountain Dew or Code Red or something like that. But I'm a big juice fan. I like like apple juice or grape juice or fruit punch or anything like that. Like any kind of variation of that. So, but yeah, that's definitely my favorite food and drink as far as normal stuff's concerned, which actually brings me to my next question, which is, what's your favorite beer? My favorite beer, I usually end up ordering Miller Lite. I can't talk today. Miller Lite is my favorite domestic beer, and it's usually cheap and on special and stuff, and that's definitely one of my favorites to drink. I'm not really that picky. I mean, there are some that I'm not really a big fan of the Killians. I'm not a big fan of the Guinness. Stuff like that, like the thicker lagers. I'm not really a fan of those. Corona, I'll take it or leave it. Stuff like that, but yeah, basically, you give me a Miller Lite, I'm a pretty happy guy. So not too picky and not too expensive, so that's always a good thing. But next question up is, what is your favorite video game series of all time? And this person says that theirs was Zelda. Great choice. Just not my personal choice. I have a whole bunch of different ones. First thing that came to my mind was Contra, starting with the original, going to Super C. I mean, if you could follow a couple systems in a row, and you're going to find a Contra game for it. And I loved pretty much all of them. Mario, of course, or Mario to you guys on the west coast of the United States. that's obviously an obvious choice, and I didn't want to be too obvious with my choices. And really, my favorites were really like the first ones through like the 8-bit and 16-bit era, and up through maybe the 64-bit. And then it started getting kind of off kilter a little bit, and I just wasn't as big of a fan of like the Super Mario Sunshine and the Galaxy and all that kind of stuff. Like, to me, it's just getting a little off in their thinking, and I'm not really a big fan of the later games as far as that's concerned. I have not played the new Super Mario Bros. For the Wii. I don't have a Wii anymore. I used to. Long story, not getting into it. But I didn't get a chance to play that one. I heard that one was excellent, so I would like to try that at some point if I ever get a Wii again. So another one I really like is the Chibi Robo series. I love that little guy. Something about him is just real charming. Original game being on the GameCube and the follow-up being on the DS. Excuse me. But yeah, Chibi Robo is definitely something to check out, as well as Shenmue, which if you're a fan of Pixel Sandwich, you know that that's his favorite of all time. And basically, that's just, I mean, those games are breathtaking. Those games are amazing, and definitely worth a consideration on favorite game series of all time. I wish they would come out with a third one, but it doesn't seem like it's going to happen. And the last one I actually found when looking through my games that was kind of like a series was for the sports fans, which is the Tecmo Bowl series on the original NES. Starting with Tecmo Bowl and, of course, going to Super Tecmo Bowl, as well as the ones onto the Super Nintendo Genesis era and all that. They did have some Tecmo Bowls past, and actually now as far and as more as recent, I should say, as the DS now has a version of Tecmo Bowl. Just amazing football games if you're into sports or if you're into football. Definitely check out the whole series of Tecmo Bowls. Those are just amazing games, and Super Tecmo Bowl being my favorite of all of those. But that's going to do it, guys, for the Q&A section. That's kind of like the little celebration, like, yeah, 50 subscribers, good job. We're off and running, guys. At the end of this video, I'm going to scroll through the list of my new subscribers just to thank all you guys, and to make sure that you're all mentioned. It's going to be just like the last one. It's going to be scrolling through at the end. Just a reminder, keep your eyes peeled. We're going to have the unboxing videos at the towards the end of this week. One of them definitely being Thursday. One of them being hopefully right around that same time, so I can kind of piece everything together and start making better videos. And 100 subscribers special. Again, leave your name either on the last video that you hopefully watched or this video, saying that you want to be included in the drawing. We're going to be doing some kind of giveaway once we hit those 100 subscribers. And last but not least, if you guys liked this video and you liked the Q&A format and you liked kind of hearing about my thoughts on things, leave some more questions. Anything you want to talk about. As you saw, there was a broad spectrum. You can leave the question either, again, on the last video that I just did or on this part 2. And those are the only two places that I will be taking questions from. I'll be checking those two videos only, and I'll be writing those questions down in a notebook, and when I have enough to make a video, I'll just pop another Q&A video out there for you. So anything you can think of, guys, anything at all, pretty much, within reason, obviously. Keeping it to a PG or a PG-13 rating. I don't want to go too crazy. But yeah, just leave some questions, guys, and like I said, as soon as I get some more content, I'll throw another Q&A together. And that's going to be about it, guys. Until the unboxings come out, until those shipments come in, this is ACCardShark, guys. Take care.